Ghana is currently going through a major cholera outbreak. And for those of you who don't know what cholera is a disease that you get through food, through lack of hygiene. It's basically some sort of a diarrhea, very bad diarrhea. Like you shit everything you have in your stomach, literally. It makes you extremely weak. You lose concentration, you lose electrolytes, you lose energy, you become sleepy until So literally it takes very short days. To weak people, 24 hours. To other people, 48 hours. 72 the most. Extremely contagious, very dangerous. And that's what's happening to Ghana at the moment. Many people at the hospital, major situation. So while the situation remains critical, intensified response efforts, including vaccination and improved surveillance, are beginning to show results, offering a glimmer of hope in the fight against this deadly disease. So I don't know what's happening in Ghana, fellas. Ghanaians are usually nice people, okay? I don't think they deserve this. Not that anybody deserves this. I'm just saying Ghanaians are known as good people, okay? They have no issue with nobody. So this is crazy. Now, what we see online right now is that there's an emphasis on vaccination. They want people to get vaccinated in order to avoid this deadly disease. Cholera treatment centers have been set up, and nearly 854,000 people in high-risk area have received oral vaccine. 854,000 people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. That's almost 1 million people. That shows you people are scared. That shows you people are being precautious. They don't want to lose their lives. Africans never want to die, trust me. They want to go to paradise, but they don't want to die. I know it's not a good joke, but yeah, especially not with the situation. But that's the truth. We all want to go to paradise. We pray, God, please take me, please. I want to see heaven, but we don't want to die. Under brackets. So let's get back to cholera. The bacterial disease, which spread through contaminated water and food, thrives in poor sanitary conditions. So in poor sanitary conditions, cholera will thrive very, very quickly. And it's very sad. And I hope the Ghanaians, find a solution to this very quickly. Now, this is not the first time this happens, because I remember a very long time ago, my father was working somewhere in the east region of Africa. And we happened to be around, near Rwanda. Rwanda was at war at the time, 1994. And during the war, many people were unalive. They were thrown in a lake called Lake Kivu, in a place bordering Rwanda and Congo. We were in a great lake, circulating, following my dad to his work. A lot of people were unalived. Lots of people. And even the people that never really went to war were unalive through drinking water, because the water was just filled with bodies. That's how bad it was. So the water was so bad. Many people who were unalive through the war or the genocide, other people that were spared by the whatever, were not spared by the cholera. It was a horrendous, dangerous moment of life. And yeah, so I can understand the fear. I remember the time we were just following my dad. When daddy is working in this side of Africa, it's going to be in that side of Africa. If daddy is moving to the other side of Africa, we're going to follow him to that side of Africa. And that's what happened. The entire family happened to be at that side of Africa at that specific time, where the cholera outbreak took out a lot of lives. That's very sad. Now, another situation that has happened was also in Haiti, or Haiti. Okay, Haiti is right here. You can see on the map. This is America. Now, in Haiti, there was cholera outbreak. What was the reason of the cholera outbreak? It was because soldiers of the United Nations were camped at a specific place. Now, instead of putting toilets, proper toilet for them to use, they put a toilet with a pipe that doesn't go underground, but the pipe goes to the river. So these people camped near a river in Haiti. Okay, they set their toilets up, and the toilet's pipe went through the river, not into the ground. So whenever they shit, what happened was the shit went into the river. And guess what? The river was the only river everybody used for drinking water. And a lot of people were unalive out of cholera. Bad situation. IT has gone through the most. They have gone through a lot of situations. Now just imagine, you come into somebody's country with the goal of arranging, making things better. But all of a sudden, what you do is you shit. You don't take responsibility of you shitting in somebody's place, and everybody's sick. And guess what the United Nations did? They denied it. They didn't even acknowledge.
The United Nations deeply regrets the loss of life and suffering caused by the cholera outbreak in Haiti.
And these United Nations soldiers were mostly from Asia, Bangladesh guys and all that. So people drank water from the Bangladesh shit, and a lot of them were unalived. Now the solution to this is what? Vaccine in many cases. Now, is vaccine good? Well, vaccine is very good. It's been very good for a long time. It has protected us for many, many things, I believe. But is there a dark side to the vaccine association? I think it's very interesting to see. I think we need to watch this video, and understand, is there a goal? Could there be? Probably, I know, I don't want to dive into that type of situation, or you're going to say this is whatever. But I think you need to hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's watch this video.
How many people did it involve, Samar?
Anything from 5,000 people upwards.
That many?
That many. So SAMA was a big organization.
And what kind of operations were you doing?
Well, it was clandestine operations. We were involved in coups, taking over countries for other leaders. We were involved in Mozambique, spreading the AIDS virus through medical conditions. We were involved in Angola with Dr. Jonas Savimbi for various operations. We gave military support.
So people were killed during these operations?
Oh, definitely.
We existed.
Can we I just do the question again, and then you can pop in?
Yeah.
You mentioned actively spreading AIDS?
There was a unit in from SIMA that one of the things was that we went into African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and...
Wow. Through what?
That type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. You must understand the concept was that AIDS was a killer. It was incurable at that point in time. So it was led to believe that if you infected people, it was the quick, non-militaristic.
Is something you know for a fact that AIDS was actively being spread to other countries?
Yes, to African countries. We were at war. Black people in South Africa were the enemy.
But so it was about white supremacy?
Definitely. Definitely trying to retain the white supremacy on the African continent.
And furthermore, he tells us that the purpose of Maxwell's clinics in and around Johannesburg was to infect black people with HIV.
He had the one in Tokoze, he had the one in Alex.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it was on the West Rand. So, and these were research facilities for them to inject people with a solution to see that they prevented AIDS in it. In the meantime, they were injecting people with AIDS.
And he was only working on black people in these clinics?
Yes, yeah.
For almost nothing?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So you know what? I mean, what easier way to get a big guinea pig? That you live in the apartheid system, black people have got no rights, they need medical treatment. There's a white philanthropist coming in and say, you know what, I'll open up these clinics and I will treat you, I will do this, and meantime, you actually the wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's gruesome.
Approach to eliminate black people.
And that is something you know for a fact, that AIDS was actively being spread to other countries?
Yes.
Wow.
To African countries.
Is that the reason why there's so much more positive people in a continent than there are in any other place? Or is that the reason why perhaps there are much more people positive in Southern Africa? Because these people are clearly people from the previous government in South Africa, as he says. Wow.
We were at war. Black people in South Africa were the enemy.
But so it was about white supremacy?
Definitely. Definitely trying to retain the white supremacy on the African continent.
And furthermore, he tells us that the purpose of Maxwell's clinics in and around Johannesburg was to infect black people with HIV.
He had the one in Thokoza, he had the one in Alex.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it was on the West Strand. So, and these were research facilities for them to inject people with a solution to see that they prevented AIDS, and
Oh my God.
injecting people with AIDS.
A solution to prevent from getting that disease, but in the meantime, the solution was actually the disease. What does that sound like? A solution to prevent the disease. A solution to prevent the disease. What does that sound like? Now, what does that sound like to you? What do you apply in your body to prevent you from capturing or contracting a disease? Oh, no, that was actually the solution that gave the disease.
He was only working on black people in these clinics.
Yes, yeah.
For almost nothing.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. What easier way to get a big guinea pig? That you live in the apartheid system. Black people have got no rights. They need medical treatment. There's a white philanthropist coming in and say, you know what, I'll open up these clinics and I will treat you. I will do this. And meantime, you actually the wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's gruesome.
I don't even know what to say. I think I've lost my English. You let me know how you feel about this. Let me know how you feel about this. You know, from Ghana going through the most to Haiti going through a difficult time. And this, you know, I mean, I didn't film this. We don't know, nothing behind it. But let me know how you feel about this. God bless.